Welcome to All Four Downs NFL Picks Edition. I'm with Hector Vasquez. I'm Ovi Muniz. You can follow me on Twitter at Ovi underscore HHW show, or you can also subscribe and follow us on YouTube and on Facebook. We are entering week 11 of the NFL, and we got some picks for you. But first, hey, a quick recap of what happened last week. Hector Vasquez got me again this week. That's 2 weeks in a row, especially when I was on fire, going 12-1 on one week, and then back-to-back weeks I just fall down short under 500. It's time for me to rebound. Hector, my hat's off to you, but I'm telling you right now that this week I'm getting you on these picks.
Hey, you know what? It's been a good 2 weeks. I mean, even though it's been kind of shaky with the last 2 weeks, when you look at, the underdogs, how, they've been winning. We just got to pick up the pace a little bit and try to figure out the puzzle here to these favorites and underdogs, how they're going about, how Las Vegas is going about making these picks. Who's the favorite, who's the underdog, and who's got the momentum right now. We're all about halfway through the season, and it's put up or shut up, seriously, because it's and with a lot of injuries, this is this is the time to make your statements if you're going to make a run to the Super Bowl.
But hey, let's get down to business.
Yeah,
NFL picks. Let's start off with our Thursday night football. The New England Patriots will visit the Atlanta Falcons. And I like this game because the Patriots are undefeated on the road.
yes,
And Mac Jones is going to make things great for them. And you know why? Because he's just going to be there. Because that's Mac Jones. And he don't need to be throwing over 200 yards passing. He don't really need to throw that much touchdowns because the running game is smooth. And I believe that running game is going to carry over for New England. And with that defense, I won't be surprised if they collect 3 interceptions against Matt Ryan. I got New England winning Thursday
A-
night.
Atlanta's 1-3 at home. So yeah, I mean they're struggling, to win the games at home, and New England is doing it on the road. I like New England. I think the defense keeps it up, and because things doesn't get any easier for the Patriots here on out for the next 4 weeks, for the next month after this game. It does not get any easier. So yes, this is to
It
me
doesn't get any easier, but it does get interesting to see
it
how
does.
they're going to move up.
It does, but this is a must-win for the Patriots more than the Falcons if they're going to keep pace, in the playoff hunt. So yeah, I got the Patriots winning this game.
I got the Patriots winning 27-20. Yeah. The Indianapolis Colts visit the Buffalo Bills.
I think with this one it's pretty interesting. This is not one of the games I had a hard time picking because there was a few of them, but this one right here, to me, Buffalo's offense is still up there. I think they're ranked fifth in the league, and even though Indianapolis is 4-1 in the last 5 games, but you look at the 4 wins that the Colts got, not taking it away from a healthy Carson Wentz, but they've been beating these mediocre teams. They haven't really beaten anybody to solidify themselves to say, hey, we are a contender for the playoffs right now. They're in Buffalo. Buffalo's 3-1 at home, and Buffalo has won 3 of the last 4 meetings head-to-head against the Indianapolis Colts. I just think that Buffalo is a better team coming into this game against Carson Wentz and the Colts, so I'm picking the Bills to win this game.
All right. I respect that. I really do. It might sound like I'm going against you, but I think this is going to be a closer game.
Right.
I do respect Carson Wentz. I think that offense finally getting to where it's supposed to be. And you're right. But they are beating the teams that are at their schedule, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So I'm predicting that this game is going to overtime.
Okay.
Okay. And I put OT down, but I got the Bills winning against the Colts. And
Okay.
they're going over. They're going over 50. I got over under 50 points. I'm saying they're going over in this game.
I can see it. I think especially Buffalo, they need to get this back on that offensive track. And if they're in the top 5 in the league in offense, they need to start showing it.
All right, the Baltimore Ravens visits the Chicago Bears. Look, the Bears offense is not clicking the way it is, and I know everyone's heart wants to jump on that bandwagon with Justin Fields. I'm still not a fan of any quarterback that's coming from Ohio State. If he's the next best thing, it's not going to happen this year. I don't think it's going to happen next year. But the Baltimore Ravens, I got to give nothing but respect. But this is going to be one of those pick'em games. And I won't be surprised if this game wins, if the Ravens win 21-20. The way the Ravens been playing, that they start slow and then they want to pick it up in the second half to try to do catch up.
Right.
If there's anything that I took on this game, is that I took the averages of what they do on the road versus the team like the Bears on their average what they do at home. So benefit of doubt, I'm taking the Ravens 21-20.
Yeah, I got the Ravens in this game. I think this is a bounce back game for them from that disappointing loss. To me, Chicago just got a lot of flaws on both sides of the balls right now. And, Justin Fields still got a lot to learn here. I mean, when you look at these rookie quarterbacks, we know Mac Jones is on the up and up. Justin Fields, he's just circling the wagon here for some reason. And so I think Lamar is going to do much better than Justin in this game. And I think the Ravens are just going to bounce back to win this game.
All right, Detroit Lions versus the Cleveland Browns. The Lions ended up tying with the Steelers last week. The Browns, they're 3-2 at home. But can they sustain? Can they let go of this Odell Beckham post thoughts and stick to the game that they know? Now everyone's looking at Mayfield. Is he worth the money for a new contract for next year and thereafter? I won't even worry about the contract. I'm just worried about winning the game, right?
Yeah.
And I'm picking the Browns on this one.
Yeah. I think the Browns are going to win this game. I really do feel bad, honestly, for the Lions. I really do. But I know they just have a lot of injuries. I'm just concerned, the Browns, losing 4 of the last 6 games, and they're running out of time if they're thinking about making a playoff. They need to start refocusing, forget about the whole Odell situation, get back on track, okay, and start working as a unit here, okay? And I think they will do that, and they'll pick up the win against the Lions and send the Lions to just another loss.
The Texans versus the Titans.
The Texans and the Titans. What I said a couple of weeks ago, let's skip that game, and then what happens? Buffalo loses to Jacksonville. Honestly, Tennessee's just showing that they can win the games without Derrick Henry. I mean, they are just the hottest team in the NFL right now. I mean, what more can you say about that team? I mean, they're just doing everything.
Absolutely.
Houston is just another troublesome team, just like Detroit is. I'm sorry. I mean, there's really not much to say. I think Tennessee is going to really walk all over them. I think they really are.
I got Titans defeating the Texans 34-10. It could be more, but I'm staying safe with 34-10 score. And they will meet the spread. The spread is 10.5 in favor of the Titans.
I can see it higher than that. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. All right, let's go on to the next game. The Green Bay Packers versus the Minnesota Vikings. I actually picked the Packers on this one to beat the Vikings 24-21.
The Packers are clicking on all cylinders here. I think they could actually be for real this time. I know they fell short several years already in the NFC Championship game. It seemed like that's all they're good for. But I don't know, man. This is something about this team that they're really clicking. And this is going to be a tough division game for the Green Bay Packers because they know Minnesota. And Minnesota's been playing a lot of close games this year. Okay, a lot of close games, and a lot of them that they should have been winning, but they just been falling apart. And I think Minnesota's secondary is kind of a mess right now, and I think that's where Green Bay is going to exploit that. And with Aaron Rodgers in there, go Pack, go.
Miami Dolphins at New York Jets. Picking the Jets to beat the Dolphins 20-13.
It's crazy how the Jets have beaten Tennessee and Cincinnati at home. But, something about, they just got a quarterback controversy going on there on that side of New York. Zach Wilson's supposed to be their starter. But then, White has this one game Hall of Fame type game, and now we got Flacco coming in here. Are we just confused? I mean, they seem more confused than with the Giants. At least the Giants got a starting quarterback. The Jets don't know what they're doing over there. I think that Miami's going to ride that high from last week by beating Baltimore, and I think they're going to beat the clueless Jets right now. I don't think Flacco's going to do anything to help that team get over any kind of hump, and I think the Dolphins are going to win this game at MetLife.
New Orleans Saints versus the Philadelphia Eagles. This is another one that I'm going to say is going to be 24-24. Is that allowed? Is that allowed? Can I do that?
Hey, I'll give you an extra point if that happens.
Fair enough.
I don't think anybody's really called a tie before and actually nailed it on the button there.
If the Lions and the Steelers could do it, let's do it back to back. Let's have this game be tied 24-24, and then have one person say, "Well, I didn't know you could tie in the NFL." But I'm gonna pick the Saints on this one.
I had a very tough time picking this game because the Eagles have not won a game at home yet. Okay, and New Orleans came off an impressive game last week, even though they lost at Tennessee. But they still, with a winning record, I think they're like 3-2 on the road this year. And so I'm thinking, okay, will Philadelphia actually win? And look at this. Look what you got up there. They got it 51-49. It's almost almost a pick'em type of game.
Yep.
Can Philadelphia win their first game at home, or is the Saints going to continue marching on because they're more in the fight for the wild card than what Philadelphia is? But something tells me that the Saints are going to go marching through and get like maybe a 3-point victory here in Philadelphia and send them still looking for that first win at home. So yeah, I got the Saints too in this game, but it was very hard to pick.
And the Eagles are favored at 1.5 points, so it is a pick'em game. It really is.
But I got the Saints.
The Washington football team visits the Carolina Panthers. Cam Newton's back for his second game. And then you got head coach Rivera for Washington, which, a lot of people were saying that Newton should go to Washington. But if you notice that Cam Newton, when he got released from the Carolina Panthers, Washington football team never reached out to Cam Newton. Mm-hmm. Okay, why is that? Why? And now they gave Cam a shot to go to New England. He did all right, but not good enough for Bill Belichick to say, "Hey, man, you're not sticking around. We found our quarterback in Mac Jones." Mm-hmm. But he's out there for revenge, and he took out his frustrations last week. Can he repeat? I want to tell you that the Washington football team does not have the defense to stop the Carolina Panthers offense. Now, Rivera might have all the formulas how to stop Cam, but you still got other players on the battlefield that's going to represent. And I'm picking Carolina to win this game.
Yeah, Washington is down to Chase Young for the season and Montez Sweat, so that could be a big factor for Washington's defense. But man, Washington's been unpredictable for me this year. I don't get them, man. They could put some points on the board, but man, I just feel that Carolina will come out win this game, and it might even be a 1 or 2 point game, I think, honestly. But I got Carolina in a very close game, especially, I need Washington to lose. I mean, if the Giants has any mathematical shot of trying to do anything.
I got them 26-13, Carolina winning.
Yeah, okay. 26-13. I don't know. I think it'll be closer than that, honestly. I mean, I got Carolina, but I think it'll be closer than that. Washington just knows how to put some points on the board, and they know how to come back. I mean, that one week when they played Philadelphia, so I know it was Atlanta that they played them, and we had Atlanta picked. Atlanta was beating them, and the next thing you know, Washington just came back and beat them.
Fair enough.
I don't know, but yeah, I still got Carolina in this game.
All right. San Francisco 49ers visits the Jacksonville Jaguars. 49ers coming out with a big victory over the Rams. But can they keep that momentum going against the Jaguars?
Yeah, I think so. They really
going from West Coast to the East Coast.
Yeah. And these two teams don't really have any kind of big history with each other, It's like leap year. They play each other every 4 years. So it's like,
I'll tell you what, this is going to be a 30-20 win for the 49ers.
but yeah, and it's good that it's in Florida, because the Niners are better on the road this year than they are at home.
Right, they're 3-1 on the road.
Right. So I think, I don't think the travel will be too bad for them. I think they'll enjoy it, get some sunshine, get some beach weather out there in Jacksonville.
Sure, if you say so.
Yeah, why not? You know what I'm saying? And then go ahead and win. I think the 49ers wins this game.
All right. I like it. And one more time, you see that? They're 4-5. They're creeping up to hang in there with the rest. I mean, you never know. Maybe San Francisco could make that run. I mean, this is the time that you start making that run all the way to the end of the season. Could it be for them? I don't know. We'll see. But for the Cincinnati Bengals versus the Las Vegas Raiders, both of them are 5-4. As you can see, that 58% of the people are rooting for the Bengals to win. Well, how do you see this game?
This was the toughest game for me to pick. I tried to dissect this game and I couldn't. Why? Because both teams are 2-3 in the last 5 games. Both teams are on a 2-game losing streak. Okay? And when I looked at my notes, when I picked Cincinnati, yeah, I'm 4-2 when I picked the Bengals this year. But I'm 4-3 when I picked the Raiders. I'm like, where do you go from here with this? Okay, Cincinnati won 3 of the last 4 meetings, but this is the first time they're going to be in Las Vegas. I don't know where to go with this. They're both 5-4. But I think, honestly, I am going to lean more to the Bengals. I think they're more stable than the Raiders are. For some crazy reason, I think the Raiders are just more falling apart a little bit more than what the Bengals are. I think the Bengals can rebound themselves more than what the Raiders are doing right now. That's just my opinion. I am leaning towards the Bengals in this game. You know what? If the Raiders win, I'm not going to even be mad. I don't know. It's just, to me, this is another pick'em game. And I think the Bengals coming off a bye, I think, that will help them out too. So I just think Burrow's a better quarterback than Carr at this point.
Man, right, I'm going to tell you right now, man, I actually thought you were taking the Raiders. Because I'm taking the Bengals on this one.
Hey,
I was like, he ain't going to make this pick. But I got him winning 31-30. That's how close this game's going to be.
Yeah.
Dallas Cowboys versus the Kansas City Chiefs. I got this pick. I'm going to start this off. I really am.
Okay.
I'm going for the Chiefs on this one. I'm gonna put the Cowboy hater flag up, and I'm going to say it right now. The Chiefs are going to win. I'm positive that the Chiefs are finding themselves at the right time. Now they're back in first place. Now it's time for them to shine and run away for with the AFC West. They're going to put Cowboys in their place in Kansas City. I got them winning 31-28. However, if Mahomes throws more than 2 interceptions, the game's going to be 28-13. But I'm picking the Chiefs to win. Let's go.
I think this is going to be a very explosive offensive game here between these two. And the Chiefs have found their mojo. They have found a way of getting back into the picture here. And I just honestly think that Patrick Mahomes at this point right now is just a bit better than Dak Prescott. I take none away from Prescott. He's great. The Cowboys need that. But right now, I think the Patrick needs this at home, with their passing game and their running, the way they have, what they did against the Vegas, what they did against the Packers, what they did against the Giants. I know it was kind of ugly with those wins, but a win is a win. They're finding their way back on top. They're trying to regain that AFC crown again. I just think the Cowboys are just going to be in for a little shocker here at Arrowhead. So I got the Chiefs barely winning this game. I think it could be 31-30, 33-30. It could be something that high.
Yeah, there we go.
I just don't see the Cowboys stopping. I don't see the Cowboys defense doing anything to stop Kansas City's offense this game.
All right, the Arizona Cardinals versus the Seattle Seahawks. I'm picking the Cardinals on this one. 31-27 is the final score. I know Russell Wilson is back, but I don't care if Russell Wilson is back or not. I'm just not feeling the Seahawks offense, and there's been a decline from last year. Even with Russell Wilson did start, and before he broke his finger, things was not clicking right. Uh, but then again, the Cardinals they're struggling too, man. And this one was very hard for me to pick, but I'm sticking with the Cardinals. And even if the Cardinals lose, I'm fine with it too. But this is the game I will not pick if I'm betting.
No, because I mean, do we even know if Kyler Murray is going to actually start or not? You know,
Right. And I don't think he will. I don't think so.
and if he don't, this is an opportunity for the Seahawks to win this game at home. You know.
Yeah, but did you see how they played against the Packers though?
No, yeah, they got.
I mean, they're trying to make the Packers defense look like they're the best defense in the NFL. I don't agree with it, but
Yeah.
all right, that's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, and I agree that Russell Wilson is still probably hurt. You know what I'm saying? I think he's not fully recovered.
I won't say hurt. I think he's still rusty. You know what I mean? But as far as being hurt, if he was hurt, he wouldn't be playing.
Well, I think even though they say he's healthy enough to play, I just think that there's still something there, with his mechanics when he's out there in that field. So yeah, I'm going to give the edge to the Cardinals, but I tell you this: if the Cardinals lose this game, I can see them spiraling downhill to where they're going to go from division leaders to maybe a last wild card spot. Seriously, because things are not getting any easier from here on out, and they still got a couple of division games that they got to play. And so if they don't get Kyler Murray back, it's all but over for the 8-2 Cardinals. So, but I got the Cardinals for this one time.
All right. The Steelers go on the road and face the Los Angeles Chargers.
Man, this is going to be a good game. It's interesting. I know we both picked against the Chargers last week, and the Steelers coming off that horrendous game, man, against Detroit. I was like, what were we looking at here? And so both these teams are coming off of a loss, and if the Steelers would have lost that game, it would have been more of an upset against Detroit versus Minnesota, because Minnesota at least is a better team. But yeah, I'm going with the Chargers in this game. I think the Steelers are just, still, I don't know, I think they're just suffering some injuries on the defensive side, and I think Justin Herbert is going to bounce back and get the Chargers offense rolling a little bit better. I don't think Najee Harris is playing. I don't know if he is or not. He may still be on that COVID list or not. But I think this is just a tough matchup for the Steelers overall against the Chargers. So I got the Chargers at home winning this game.
Yeah, well, I got the Chargers winning as well, but it'll be a close one. I have it 20-17, the final score. And then lastly, the New York Giants come out of the bye week. They are visiting the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The Bucks, they lose to the Washington football team. That is a little scary for the New York Giants, because I was hoping that the Bucks would win, and that's how the Giants would come back. But there are two factors for the New York Giants. One, they are coming back from a bye week. They don't really do so well when it comes to the bye week. And then two, this is prime time. This is Monday Night Football, which is another reason why the Giants don't do so well when they're on the spotlight. And I'm going to do it again. I've gone against them, even though they're my team, but I'm picking the Buccaneers. Don't be surprised if the final score is 40-20.
Yeah, I got the Buccaneers. I mean, it's rare that you see Brady have two bad games, let alone three. I know Father Time is catching him. I mean, it's showing in him. And, I know we see the same Buccaneers team that we did last year, but this is a whole different season with the same players. And so we're seeing a little bit of vulnerability here and there with them. I don't like the way Bruce Arians is challenging his team, you know what I'm saying? Calling his team out and stuff like that. But when Brady gets on that field, I hate to say it, I think he's going to have just the time of his life with the Giants come Monday night, prime time. So I feel bad for my Giants. I feel
bad too.
I got the
But
Buccaneers.
this is the must win. Should the Giants pull this off, I can see that whole season turn around to a positive.
And,
But
yeah, and the negative for the Buccaneers. If the Buccaneers lose this game, meaning three in a row,
Hmm.
again, this is another team that's going to be all but done with losing three in a row.
We
Yeah,
just gotta wait till after Thanksgiving to see who's gonna be the hottest team, because it's always that last 4 to 5 weeks that whoever's on that winning streak there that carries over to the playoffs usually succeeds in the playoffs. Well, that wraps everything up for all four downs NFL picks. On behalf of Clovercrest Media, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. That's all four downs, and follow us on Facebook. And you could go ahead and subscribe to my Twitter account at OV underscore HHW show.